What is going on out there, peeps? Good lordy, man. Last night I was on for 2.5 hours answering questions for you guys. I didn't realize how much time had gone by. Man, it was a fun show. It was fun. I was glad to get in there and answer as many questions as possible. All right, let's get into what's going on in Iraq because it looks like some dates that we have been waiting for are finally announced. That's what I'm talking about. Look, if you're not paying attention to what's going on out there and the gold and silver price, you are really missing out. It is going crazy, man. And many of you have invested wisely and you've invested quite a while back. So congrats on that because things are really starting to look good for us. All right. So look, if you guys are considering going to invest into precious metals, please give our friends a consideration over at Money Metals Exchange. The link will be in the description. If you're new and you haven't bought from there before, go down to the when you buy $100 or more precious metals, just remember to use promo code Pimpy and pick up a free half ounce of silver. That's a great deal. All right, you guys, we have Pimpy's Investment Group. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. In here, we talk about gold, silver, Iraqi Dinar, Vietnam Dong, and other investment opportunities. Come on in. No politics, no nothing there. Over here, the hidden things in front of your eyes. We do talk about NESARA, GESARA, current events, as well as political things and things that people consider a conspiracy, like a QAnon. Right, let's get into this because looky, we might have something coming up here really soon that we've been waiting for. Iraq is back on track, the right track, with 8 indicators. I love how they make it sound good, and then they blast them at the end, by the way. So look at this. Says the report mentions several indicators cited by the American Brookings Institution, confirming progress in many ways that Iraq has had since 2003 to today. First, the country's population has increased from about 25 million in the last years during the Saddam Hussein era to 40 million today. According to the newspaper, in itself is neither good nor bad. But it does mean that Iraq is large enough to be an important player in the Middle East. Second, the per capita domestic product has risen by nearly $6,000 compared to less than $4,000 2 decades ago. The newspaper report indicates that there's still a lot of poverty in Iraq. Corruption is rampant, and the prospect for work for the youth of Iraq is modest. But nevertheless, there has been a positive economical developments, which is good. This is what we're looking for. But as far as the corruption is concerned, I don't think anybody could doubt that ever since al-Qadimi himself has been into office, there's definitely been a lot of change going on. The man did say that, hey, he's going to flip 1,000 senior seats just to drain the swamp, and he's definitely doing it. Third, oil production increased from 2.5 million barrels per day to the last years of Saddam Hussein's rule to about 4.5 million barrels now. And export revenues from oils have tripled on average from 2002. The annual rate of internal displacement have fallen by nearly more than half since the defeat of ISIS. So that's only a couple years ago. Fifth, many indicators of quality of life have improved significantly over the past 2 decades. Cell phones, which were restricted by the baddest elite, are now everywhere, and the total number of users is roughly equal to the population. So that's not too bad. The total internet users are now around 10 million. Sixth, life expectancy increased from 67 years of age to 73 today. Seventh, a number of modern sanctions facilities, sanitation facilities, that have reached more than 40% of the population has increased compared to 32% by 2003. More than half the population has access to safe drinking water as well, although the issue still requires a great effort. So let's get that taken care of. That'd be nice. I think that's there's an American company over there. I'm trying to remember the name of them, but I read something about them installing water filters over there, which is really nice. Let's see here. Eighth, the national literacy rate increased from 74% at the turn of the century, 85%. So good. We need that kind of turnaround over here because God knows some of these cities here in America, in Baltimore, not a single student, not one, in 8 different schools in Baltimore at the 8th grade level had tested proficient in math or in English or reading. That's just it's crazy to think about. The Wall Street Journal report concluded, however, that there's still a long way to go to Iraq for it to achieve the desired political, economical stability in light of the popular protests that erupted last year, high indicators of corruption, and a decline in freedom of the press. The protests began the 1st of last October and has lasted for several months, during which hundreds of thousands of Iraqis demand jobs and services and the departed of the ruling elite, which they said were corrupt. And they are. Look at the protest caused the resignation of Mahdi, who was replaced by Mr. Kademi, the former head of intelligence. So look, we're just about there. I mean, this is it looks like a scathing report, but actually it's impressive. And I would say that the vast majority of the good stuff has happened since Al-Kademi's been in office, and I look forward to him to continuing that trend. All right, here we go. This is the good stuff. Determine the date for Al-Kademi's visit to the United States. Okay. On the 20th of this month, Prime Minister Al-Kademi meets with President Trump in Washington. Yay! Do the peepee dance. Do the peepee dance. Finally, the head of the Iraq Advisory Council, the second round of strategic dialogues between Iraq and America, returns to the table after setting a date for the meeting between Prime Minister Al-Kademi and President Trump. This tour is of great importance to determine the role of America and the coalition forces in Iraq. It is expected that a great internal controversy will arise from opposition of this dialogue, opponents of this dialogue. Let them bitch all day long. Nobody cares. And then you should pay attention over there in Iraq to all the people who have a problem with this meeting, because these are the people you want to vote out of office. Seriously. And no surprise, gold touches record levels and the dollar is on the rise. Okay, so gold prices rose towards record highs on Thursday as the weak U.S. data hits jobs in dollars and reinforced concerns about the recovery of the global economy that was affected by the Rona, as gold is in and gold is in the spot price, a slight difference from the highest levels ever. Yeah, it's dang near there, which touched him in the previous session and rose about 0.6% to $2,051.44 an ounce. U.S. gold future rose 0.8% to $2,064. Where are we at with gold right now? And a lot of you are happy campers. Like I said, don't get overly excited when it goes up. We want a long, sustained growth. Okay, so we don't want to be overly happy when it gets high, and we don't want to get overly bent when it goes down. Come on, where are we at here? Real quick, sorry about this because I am curious. Let's check it. Where is gold at? Look at that. $2,072.80. What the heck is going on with... Remember I was reading that report? I don't know if you guys watching my stock watch. This guy was saying he expected silver to hit $30 an ounce by the end of the year. I said, that ain't going to happen. It's going to happen this month. It's at $28.43 an ounce. Looking lovely. This should be a surprise to nobody that countries around the world are all hitting record high gold levels. Okay, this goes on to explain it a little bit more in details, but that should not be a surprise to anybody. Nobody trusts what's going on anywhere. So don't be surprised about that. A parliament source reveals that the date of the resumption of the regular parliament sessions. Okay, so a parliament source revealed that the date for the resumption of parliament sessions, which were suspended due to the outbreak of the Rona and injuries, were recorded among the members of the employees of council. So good, let them get back on there. So what happens here? It is noteworthy that the work of the parliament has stopped months ago, except for the exceptions of limited sessions, including the vote on the government of Al-Kademi, which was done on May the 7th. Okay, so there was something else. Oh, here we go. This is the other one I was looking for and waiting for. Likelihood of concluding of an agreement on oil and border crossing between Baghdad and Erbil. This is the other one I was waiting for. A Kurdish deputy in the House of Representatives announced that a high-ranking Kurdish delegation will go back to Baghdad next week to complete the dialogues with the federal government. A deputy from the Islamic Union bloc in the Iraqi parliament said that to the press, there is a convergence between the regional government and the central government in Baghdad in the dialogues on outstanding issues between them. A high-level Kurdistan delegate will go to Baghdad next week to complete the negotiations and the dialogues with officials in the federal government. It is likely agreement will be concluded by the regional government and the central government on oil files, border ports, and the region's share of the general budget. So I told you it was my feeling that this thing needed to be hammered out before Al-Qademi gets here. So it looks like we got between now and the 20th, and it looks like they're going to have this done by next week. So this is good. Okay, and here's some other reports about how they're doing. Here's a good one. Saleh and the president, Saleh, and Al-Qademi can dissolve the parliament, and they probably should, but I don't know the purpose of it if we have elections coming up. The Iraq legal expert, Herb, confirmed on Thursday that the president of the republic, Saleh, has the authority to dissolve parliament without referring to it based on a request submitted by the Prime Minister Al-Qademi. Look, if these people aren't going to cooperate and they're going to make Al-Qademi's life a living hell, then he needs to get him out there. If this guy is truly draining the swamp, we know that the vast majority of the voting blocs in parliament are Iranian-backed puppets. This is looking good. So let's dissolve parliament, get this agreement with Kurdistan hammered out and signed, get over here and visit with President Trump, and then let's see what happens from there. So everything is finally starting to look good. Look, if they have the right to do so, don't be surprised if they don't do this. All right? I mean, it is, or I should say, they do this, all right? To be quite honest with you, I was hoping they did this before Al-Qademi's appointment, but, you know, hey, whatever's clever, let them get it over with now. If they're not there for the purpose of the Iraqi people, then they don't need to be there. If all they're doing is being self-serving and serving the Iranian the Iranian mullahs, then get them out. That's not what you're supposed to be there. Your job is to be there for the people of Iraq and only for the people of Iraq. So it looks good. It looks like then that talk about draining the swamp. Man, I wish Trump could just do that to us over here in Congress, man. Just go ahead and drain that swamp and have early elections. Seriously, because it's ridiculous. Anyways, you guys, that is it for now. It's looking good. Oh, man, this is looking like a good week. What a good way to end it, get it towards the end here. It is their end. Today was their last day. Their weekend is Friday and Saturday. But nonetheless, it's looking good. I'm glad to hear that. Al-Qademi now has a date to come here, that the Kurdistan region delegations come in here, and they're going to knock that agreement out before he comes over here. And that the parliament might finally be dissolved. Woo! Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, you guys, hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. If you're not a subscriber, please do so. Right now, my subscribers, those watching my videos are now at 36% unsubscribed, so that's a big jump, and I surely do appreciate it. All right, you guys, and I'll catch you later. Bye.